It's Friday, the 19th of September.
It's the 5th day of Freshers Week.
We're coming to you live from our studio in the Forum.
I'm Flora Stewart.
And I'm Alistair Heath, and we're soon to be joined in the studio by a very exciting guest, Andy Hyam, the AU Pres. But for now, let's sit back, relax, grab a beer if you can.
And enjoy Freshers Week live. You've joined us on our final day of Freshers Week coverage in the studio, XTV. But don't worry, there's a lot of stuff going on today still and over the weekend. We've got the Freshers Fair, which we're going to be at in the Forum, probably at the bottom of the stairs, but we'll confirm that another time. But please do come talk to us and join up if you wish.
Yes, as Flora mentioned, the Freshers Fair is on tomorrow, but there's still a whole load of stuff today, and in just a few seconds' time, we'll be going for a rundown of all the different things you can do today. But there's a whole load of other features we've got for you, including yesterday's highlights and the animation workshop. Also
the weather, but you might not need a forecast if you just look out your window. It's pretty tragic today, but I think you'd agree in saying it's pathetic fallacy for our last show. We're crying inside, but it's been great.
The skies are crying because this is our last time talking to you.
Maybe we should put Vicky the Sicky fly trap outside, get some water in there.
She could really do with some rain.
Someone will benefit
She's
from
kind of dead. Yeah, and leaking all over your hands. So let's get on with that. But while we go and tidy ourselves up, because we've just been covered in soil picking that thing up, why not sit back and enjoy this week in X?
Freshers Week may be coming to a close, but there are still opportunities for you to step outside your comfort zone, try something different, and maybe even go on the legendary library tour. For those looking for something to do, this is This Week in X. If you've spent the last few days locked away in your room trying to recover from whatever happened the night before, then today might be the day to try exploring with Out of Doors Society. They'll be taking you on a walk around Dartmoor National Park, so if that sounds right up your street, meet outside the Washington Singer Building at 10 to catch the coach. But remember, bring suitable footwear as it may get muddy. Gentle walks too serious for your tastes? Well, why not head down to the Residents Live teams, talk like a pirate-themed treasure hunt. If swashbuckling is your kind of thing, or you just want to meet some new people, then this isn't to be missed. Check out the Guild's website for more information on meeting points. Friday's shaping up to be something of a food fanatic's dream, as several societies are holding food-based tasters. Hindu Society are holding a chai, chat and chili social. Free to attend and to eat, get ready to put your taste buds to the test as you compete against other students to see who can eat the hottest chili. However, if you can't handle the heat, perhaps you can handle the meat at the chaplaincy's barbecue. If you like a good sausage, head down to the chapel from 12, free of charge. Exeter Debating Society will be holding their first debate of the term this evening, based on the controversial notion this house believes that there's no shame in masturbation. Featuring expert speakers, each with their own personal knowledge on the subject, as well as hardened debaters, laughs and awkward puns, is sure to shape out to be an interesting evening. This evening concludes with a foam party at the Lemon Grove featuring DJ Edith Bowman. For any more information on events, check out the Guild's website. I'm Ryan Grace, and this has been This Week in X.
So as you can see, there's a whole host of great activities coming up today, and no doubt sport plays a great role in all the different freshest things that are going on today, which is good because we're joined in the studio by Andy Hyam, who's our AU Guild Pres.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm alright. Thanks for praising sport when I came on. That kind of looked out well, didn't it?
It worked quite well.
Good timing there.
So we've got some highlights from yesterday coming up. But what have been your highlights of the week so far?
Oh well, I've kind of been going around to all the taste sessions. So any club, big or small, I've got to go and try and introduce myself, trying to help out with whatever I can, basically. We had, I think, Sub Aqua has been my favourite of this time. We had one of my colleagues, Debbie, had a great time on the floor taking loads of pictures of people in a pool. So it's all been pretty good though. We've had great weather and some really successful events. I know the Wind Riders on Wednesday had over 130 people show up to Exmouth. And I think they had over 100 people on the water, which has never happened before.
Great.
So yeah,
Impressive.
it's been really good, really good fun this week.
So is Sub-Aqua scuba diving and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so it's kind of like our diving society. So basically they get kitted out with all their breathing equipment and things like that. We have qualified people who help them out, and we did it down in Cornwall House outdoor pool. So it's quite a nice taste session, especially because Cornwall, the outdoor pool doesn't really get a lot of mention because it's not open during the winter. So it's quite nice to showcase like our facilities and things. So.
Definitely. So we've got a montage coming up with some really great things. Did you get up to anything good yesterday?
Yesterday, I just did some boring shopping. It's got to be done, hasn't
Boring
it?
shopping.
I had nothing in the fridge, so I was stocking up. Fun times. What about you, Esther?
Well, I run an animation workshop as part of XTV, and we did a sort of a look at various freshers' experiences, and we animated them out of clay. But that will be coming up in a bit as well. So we've got some, as part of the great features that we've got coming up today, as well as an even more in-depth interview with Andy, which will be good. But for now, here's the highlights of yesterday. Like another great day packed full of stuff that you could get involved with Freshers Week. If you did anything, please tweet us at XTV Online, or you can use the hashtag Freshers Week Live. We'd love to hear from you. So Alistair, I believe you were at the social last night, XTV? Yeah, XTV had a social. We went, where did we go? We started in the Ram, then went to the Impy, then Urban Underground, and finally Mosaic. It was a great night, black t-shirt social, so we did something a bit different. Had some neon pens and that kind of thing, and it was quite good. There were television-based puns just everywhere, which was really good. But it's definitely worth joining XTV because there's a whole load of great stuff, isn't there, this year with signing up?
Sure, there's so much you can get involved with, not only just our standard brilliant programmes that we'll be featuring throughout the year, but also you have the chance this year to win a camera if you sign up, which really excites me, probably some other people too around
here.
It's
for the technically minded, it's a Canon 1100D, which is a really great DSLR. You can find out a bit more about that on our flyers, which are about in the forum. So if you see someone trying to give you a flyer, don't be scared because it's a great opportunity. We'll hold that still so you can have a quick look. But I'll tell you what, that camera would come in really useful for the other XTV event we did yesterday, wouldn't it?
That is right. We had an animation workshop yesterday. A lot of you came down to experience that, so thanks a lot. We hope you enjoyed it, and we've got some short clips from that now that we're going to show you. So here's our animation workshop.
I did welcome team, and it was great.
I went to Zumba this week and I very much enjoyed it, but unfortunately there's too much to choose from, so I'm going to swipe it to the left.
Bowling was fun, but I don't think I'll join.
So I went out drinking on my first night and drank a bit too much. Couldn't find my way home, so uni security came and picked me up.
I went to the Ujo Jam yesterday and it was very good, it was very sort of funny. So yeah, I definitely will join this society.
I did the karate and I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to join.
I like penguins. Oh, and surfing and ultimate frisbee. So that was pretty cool.
So a guy came up to me in the bar and he had really bad dance moves and was trying to be really cool. It just wasn't.
So as you can see, there was quite a good number of experiences that freshers had, even if some were slightly dodgy, or some societies that people didn't want to go to or sign up to. But at least people are getting out there and giving things a good go. There were a number of sports societies in that. We had windsurf and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I saw the golf in there. I think that's
golf.
the first put Jerwin's ever made under pressure. So that's pretty good for me. I don't know how many times you did that, but
we did that in about a 2-hour workshop. So
Really got his
we're
point
pretty
going.
happy with that.
Yeah,
It's not quite
fair
Wallace and Gromit. 24 pictures for 1 second. It wasn't painstaking, but we had a load of fun doing it. But we've got a societies rundown coming up, which is a look at some of the societies on campus. But I'm wondering, Andy, what societies were you involved with to get up here? I think there was something about tennis on one of your pages.
Yeah, so essentially what I did throughout my 3 years, I played a lot of intramural sport as well, but I was heavily involved in the tennis club. I was on the committee in my 2nd year, and then I was club captain my 3rd year. So yeah, I think tennis was. It was definitely a stepping stone for me, but I think intramural netball probably played part as well. Like I played a lot of that throughout 3 years. So,
Brilliant. Which subject was that part of?
The intramural netball. I actually played for the drama society. I did sports science. My girlfriend does drama, so I was roped in that way.
So that's really cool that you can get involved with things that aren't just your subject. I wasn't aware of that personally.
Yeah. I think a lot of the societies are on the lookout for players most of the time. So as long as you've got a friend who's looking for a netball player, you'll be all right. So yeah.
Brilliant. And if anyone's looking to get your position, that they're coming for you, how can they do that?
I don't know really. I guess one of the things I had during my campaign, I had a couple of close friends who really helped me out a lot, and I think I really I can be the face of it, but I no chance I would have done it without the support of around 10 people who are behind me. So I think in terms of that, you've got to really get a core group of people who are willing to go out in the rain and fly for you, because there were times where I was just asleep on that table out there and Harry would come over to me and just be like, right, we're going to Berks, let's go kind of thing, and we would go up in the rain and we'd do it. So
good stuff. Yeah.
So yeah,
a good strong team.
Yeah, that's what I'd recommend.
Sounds great. Well, we've heard a bit about tennis and netball there, but of course there are a load more sports societies, and there's loads more societies beyond that within the guild.
One of them, again, XTV. So we're going to say again, do join, and you've got the chance to win the camera, which is just, in my opinion, such a great deal.
The other thing to do with that is you can, for the first time, sign up for all 3 or even 4, because there's Expose online as well, all 4 X Medias for the bargain price of £27 instead of like £15 each or £5 for Expose, and you can sign up to them all. So if you're thinking about signing up just for the paper, sign up for them all, because then you could win a camera as well, and get involved with the great stuff that we're doing with XTV, including this great live setup, which we love, which is great. There's chances to get involved in everything from news to hopefully a bit more sport as well. We'd love to film some of that. So if that's your kind of thing, definitely join the society. And yet again, a great giveaway as well.
That's right, and remember that you can head down to our studio every day this week, although this is the last time, of our live show, and we can talk to you, chat about our society, and maybe show you some of the cameras. You can have a play around with them. It'd be great to see you here. But for now, we're going to give you another society rundown. We hope it's informative.
Hello and welcome to the last society rundown of Freshers Week. I am here with
George Butcher, Tom Brown,
And Hannah Traylon.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Tom.
Ben Turner,
Chloe Bitcon. Tara.
Beth. Stephanie. Sarah Jones. And Grace Plant.
Ryan Ferguson,
Richard Fitzhugh.
Olufemi Fagbemi, but you can call me Femi.
Nathan from Enactus Exeter.
Alex.
And what society are you with, Alex?
XTV.
We are the Exeter University Real Tennis Society.
So, what is real tennis as opposed to, I guess, just tennis?
Yeah, so not lawn tennis, real tennis. We basically are a mixture of squash and tennis. We're like the original version of tennis.
Soul choir.
So, what sort of stuff does Soul Choir do?
So we sing a mix of old soul and Motown classics and new songs with a soul twist.
We run social and commercial projects to help people in need. So a good example is we have an international project called Helping Uganda Do Business.
We're at Pole Dance Society.
Okay, what sort of stuff does Pole Dancing Society do? Is it as it sounds, or is there more to it?
Essentially, it's sort of an exercise sort of thing. People get involved to get fit. We sort of promote it as a non-promiscuous thing. We're trying to promote pole dancing as a way of getting fit, making friends. And we've just started entering university competitions around the country, so it's getting more competitive as well.
We're the student media sort of film and TV society. We make creative shows, we make dramas, we make comedies, we make everything basically, everything under the sun.
So what sort of stuff have you got going on at the moment?
Right now, actually, we're filming an interview for our live show, which is going to be going out tomorrow, and so we're doing that actually right at this second. In fact, that's what this is.
We train twice a week at St Luke's and here, and we're also part of the local gym, so we can train there twice a week as well.
And how easy is it to learn boxing?
Well, it's easy to learn boxing because you're just throwing punches, but it's hard to be good. That's why we have regular sessions every now and then. It's good for fitness and self-defense, and it's just something you should try when you're next to.
We are representing DebSOC today, the Debating Society.
So what sort of stuff does DebSOC get involved with?
Well, we do two main things basically. On every Friday nights at 7 o'clock, we have show debates where we have 4 great guest speakers come and talk about really controversial issues. And then if members want to have a go at debating themselves, then we can do that on Monday nights in Queen's at 7 o'clock.
And one final question, how easy is it for guys to get involved in Pole Dancing Society?
They're actually really quick to learn. We've had guys come and join in with us before, and you'll show them a move and they're like, oh great, can you show me how to do that? And they just get straight up and do it straight away, and you've been trying to do it for weeks and they do it straight away, and it's just so incredible because you can do more group stuff, more double stuff when you've got some male members, and we really want some more guys to come and join in with us.
Well, there you go. If you want to join a new exercise society that is very much up and coming, then join Pole Dancing Society. It's been a pleasure to speak to you lot. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So there was our final society rundown. Hope that was enjoyable. You saw XTV's very own Alex Glynn there, repping the team. Please do make sure that you come down to the office and you can talk to Alex and to all of the other members here about what we're doing this year.
I've heard you can win a camera as well.
Yeah, I hadn't heard
Yes,
that.
you can.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we mentioned that yet.
What brand is it again? I think it's a Canon
You lost me
1100D.
on that. It's disposable or something. I'm not really
I
sure,
think it's like.
But thanks for reminding us.
Yeah,
Canon, please
definitely.
join.
But now we're here with Andy Hyam to talk all things sport and particularly how you can get involved. So let's sort of I guess a two-pronged question. But if I'm a pro sportsman, which yes I am, obviously with a body like this, I'm a pro sportsman. How do I get involved with the really high-end uni stuff?
So essentially, I think it doesn't really matter if you're a pro sportsman or a beginner. It's the same way to get involved for everyone. I think particularly if you're a standout sportsman and we know about you in terms of scholarship and things like that. If you apply for scholarship, then it's quite likely that you come down for pre-season. So all our clubs, I think the rugby club got here on the 1st of August. So they've been here for a month doing their pre-season already. So it depends on what club, but usually the first couple of weeks is filled with the guys from pre-season. But a lot of the guys are picked up in trials as well. I know, especially within tennis, shock, use my own experience, but especially within tennis, we usually get a couple from the trials who just didn't know were coming, or international students who have like quite high rankings and things like that. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Any highlights coming up this year? In general for sport, can you think of any off the top of your head?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, there's. I think one of the best things which we're doing this year is splitting International Sport Month a little bit. So International Sport Month traditionally has been in February, March time for the last couple of years since it was started. But I think one of the great ideas that we've had for this year, particularly working with the university and the guild as well, is to try and link it in with the diversity weeks that the guild are doing, the university run as well, so more health and wellness side of things. But essentially we're splitting the campaign, instead of 1 month heavy when it's really cold and wet, we're going to have 30 days throughout the year. So it's 30 days of sport throughout the year, which includes tournaments, it includes varsities, and it includes like taste sessions in sports that you wouldn't quite know to join otherwise, so things like jiu-jitsu or archery and things like that. So we're trying to link events together so they can all be on the same day. So the next one coming up would be the football varsity, which is on the 15th of October.
So what you're saying as well is there'll be taster sessions for societies throughout the year, not just in freshers.
Yeah.
So if people have missed something that they wanted to do,
Yeah.
then there'll be that for them then.
Yeah, and it might be that your friend's been doing it and you've never got the chance to do it, but I would say, I would advise people as well that if you don't wait for the taste sessions, go along to one of the club sessions and speak to the club captains. They're always willing to promote their club. They'll be honest with how they're going to talk to you about things, and you can always give it a go pretty much.
Definitely. So for people who, like myself, okay, I was lying. I'm not very good at sport. I was never good at it at school in PE, but I really enjoy it now I'm at university. So for those of you who aren't so keen on it, for people out there who aren't so keen or motivated or don't consider they have any notable talent at it, how do we get involved? What sort of things exist?
So I think there are a couple of ways. Firstly, if you haven't been to one of the taste sessions and speak to one of the club captains, I think you can just go along to any of the sessions, because we're really proud to say that all of our 49 clubs offer some kind of beginner session. So we do cater for beginners in every single sport, wherever it is. So if it is the caving society, or it is the hockey society, or it is the basketball, you can always go along and be a beginner at a sport, and there will be some kind of development plan for moving up the club, particularly like integration within. I think the football club's a really good example. You can be playing in the 8s, and then people get injured, and then you're in the 4s, and then you could be higher up the teams. I think it's one of the things which we're really proud to say is that actually it is taken on. It's not a case-by-case basis at the trials and then you're in that team forever. There is quite a lot of transition up and down the club, and it could be that you're in the beginner session but then you get moved to the intermediates, and then before you know it you're playing non-bucks, and then you could make the buck squad next year or something like that. So there is opportunity for moving up, but I think intramural, as we talked about before, is a really good way of doing it as well. I can't say I played a lot of netball before university, and I've come out a pro netballer now, so so I know that there are thirds of the court, and I still get the rules wrong, but yeah, it's pretty good fun.
So that seems like a tip. Freshers, intramural. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
intramural. Yeah.
Intramural.
I did that for basketball. My proudest moment it was the one time I think I got a 2-pointer against some guys from the second team. That's about as good as it got. And I was just like, come on, Alistair, win, point for me.
Good stuff. So aside from what I consider that good tip, do you have any other freshers tips, just general sport related?
Not more than I've said, really. Just talk to the guys that the club captains. I think one of the things when I was picking university was sport was quite a massive factor. I think it's such a really good social thing to get involved with as well. I think definitely there's that kind of atmosphere around it. And myself, I came to pre-season when I was a fresher. And it was actually really nice because you kind of know people before you start. I think even if you haven't gone to pre-season, when you start training with second and third years, fourth years, and you get to know them a little bit better, I think it's a really good tip to kind of be involved in that integrated society.
Because there's obviously sports socials are kind of legendary, especially a Wednesday night timepiece.
Yeah.
What are they like for people that just don't get along?
They're very busy sometimes, and the queue is very long. But I think one of the things that the sport, I love that the sports clubs all go to one place on a Wednesday, because it means that you can actually know people from different sporting societies and things like that. And you'll find quite often that the hockey club captain will know the netball club captain, who also knows the korfball club captain who's there. And I think it's a really nice thing that we all kind of have the Wednesday togetherness. It's quite a nice camaraderie. Almost.
That's brilliant, because it would be easy to presume perhaps that different teams could have some rivalry, or because they're separate sports there wasn't a mixing.
Yeah, but it often happens that all the club captains are best friends. I know a lot of them live together. I know the rugby and cricket, the men's rugby and men's cricket club captain are living together this year. It's those kind of friendships that are it's really nice to see.
Let's be honest. We're all friends because the war isn't in here. The war is out there, and it's against Bath, and it's real.
It is.
It's real. That war is real. Yeah. So, what's I guess which club will you be joining this year? Because obviously you've got limited time, I guess.
I do
with
have
your
limited
job.
time as well, and I've always played Bucks on a Wednesday,
Played
but
Bucks
I
on
think it's
Wednesday.
not. I think I think what I've got to recognise part of my job is to cater for everybody as well. I think I've got to be around all the events and things like that. So it might be that I play the odd tennis match at home, but apart from that, I think tennis is something that I'll look to keep going. In terms of joining other things, we play a bit of football on Saturdays these days for the university. That'll be really good. I'll be joining snow sports as well for the trip, and Stash is pretty sweet at the moment, so then they do quite good sunglasses. So I'm looking out for a pair of those.
Nice.
So yeah.
Awesome. So if you want sunglasses or any other stash, or a really just brilliant experience throughout the year, perhaps think of joining a sports society. Thanks so much, Andy. And now we are over to the weather, I believe.
Hello. This last day of Freshers is looking to be wetter than the rest of the week was, with cloud percentage of 50% increasing to 80% over the course of the day. Along with this precipitation comes temperatures of 22 to 23 degrees. So if you are looking to go out on the last day of Freshers week, make sure to take an umbrella.
Yes, welcome back. Hopefully the weather's looking up. It was really quite dismal earlier. But either way, there's going to be a joyous atmosphere on campus today. But that's it. This is the end.
It is indeed. We've had a great time. Thanks a lot if you did tune in. And remember that you can catch up on it on YouTube if you wish. Watch back our embarrassing failures my failures at the beginning. I think I was pretty awkward. But do remember that you can carry on.
Remember you can come and find us in the forum XTV, but you can also find all the great sports socials as well. So thanks, Andy, once again for coming in. And of course, one final thank you to the crew of XTV who have been. I'm going to clap. Yeah, I'm going to clap, you guys. We've all been up at 8:30 each morning to get into the studio, and it's been great. It's been great working with you. And yeah, I look forward to a really good year, and hopefully you'll be part of that. So come along and join. But for now, goodbye, and we'll leave you with XTV's best broadcaster.
Good luck, guys.
Bye. We will not.
We will not be leaving you
with XTV's best broadcaster, but it is out there.